You've discussed that with him, Mr. Smith?
I have, Your Honor, and I just emailed my victim witness coordinator because in a previous conversation at the bench, we were informed that this was being live streamed. So I've informed him to let any future witnesses know not to watch the live stream as well.
Got it. Thank you. All right, then have a seat. And State, you can call your next witness.
Yes, Your Honor. At this time, the state calls Marco Kintanar.
Please tell me the story of friend, testimony, shall give, shall be the truth, no truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir. All right, have a seat for me. And then, sir, go ahead and state your full name and spell your first and your last name for me.
Marco Antonio Kintanar Gonzalez. Kintanar is Q-U-I-N-T-A-N-A-R. Marco, M-A-R-C-O.
State, you may inquire.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning.
Good morning.
If you could just introduce yourself to the jury.
I'm Marco. I live in the corner of where the incident happened. I'm just a neighbor.
And you live in the city of Orlando?
Correct.
Okay. Now I want to take you back to May 9th of 2022. Did you have surveillance cameras at your home?
Correct. I had one at the garage.
Okay. What type of surveillance system did you use?
It's a Nest camera by Google.
Nest by Google?
Yep.
And if you could just give the jurors a sort of specific location of where that camera is located.
So basically in the entrance of the garage, just in the middle of the garage, it's pointing to the driveway towards the street.
Now, does that camera have both video and audio capacity?
Correct.
And did it capture the audio of an incident that occurred in the early morning hours of May 9th of 2022?
Yeah, that's correct.
And were you able to provide that footage to law enforcement?
Yes, I did.
How is it that you were able to access that footage?
So basically through my phone in an app, I just selected the time and hit download and provided that to the law enforcement.
Now, for that app, do you have like a secure login that you're able to go in and locate footage from your camera?
Yeah, I mean, you have to log in with your email and password to do that.
And you were able to access the footage and then provide that footage to law enforcement?
Yeah, that's correct.
Before you provided the footage to law enforcement, did you, other than selecting specific time frame, did you edit the footage or change it in any way?
No, not at all. I just selected it and downloaded it.
Who all has access to that footage? Does anybody else have that app?
My wife.
And again, you or your wife didn't tamper with or edit the footage you provided to law enforcement in any way?
No, not at all.
Let the record reflect I've previously shown opposing counsel what's been marked for identification as states F. Permission to approach the witness?
You may.
Let the record show that I'm showing the witness what's been marked for identification as states F. Do you recommend it?
Yeah, it's the video footage recorded in CD.
And we reviewed this footage together back in June?
Correct.
Is that fair and accurate?
Yes.
At this time, the state offers an evidence of previously marked for identification as states F.
Any objections?
No objection, Your Honor.
What's been marked as previously as States Exhibit F for identification were received into evidence without objection as States 9.
State will reserve publication. Now, you yourself weren't a witness to any incident, right? You just located the footage?
Yeah, no. At that time, we were up because I have a son that at that time was 4 months old. He wake up to be fed. So basically, we were about to get back to sleep, and we hear the gunshots. And I wasn't really sure, so I have to open the app and hear that. So yeah, and then the next morning, an officer knocked at my door. He asked if the camera captured the moment, so I said yes, and he requested that video.
So hearing the shot is what caused you to go and look at your camera to see if it captured anything. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, correct.
All right. I don't have any further questions. Thank you.
Gross?
Yes, briefly, Your Honor. Good morning, sir. How are you doing today? You stated, so isn't it true you didn't actually see the verbal altercation that transpired outside?
Yeah, that's correct.
Could you hear the altercation?
No, I mean, I just hear the gunshots, and then when I open the app, I could hear the altercation through the video.
So you were able to hear the altercation when you looked at your video, correct?
Correct.
So you agree it was an actual verbal altercation prior to a shooting, correct?
Correct.
All right. And the videos that you provided to law enforcement, how many videos were there?
Just one.
Just one? Was it one long video, or was it, like, do you recall?
No, probably it was about a minute long.
10 minutes long?
1 minute.
1 minute long?
Yeah.
Okay. And isn't it true the video that you provided to law enforcement doesn't actually capture Mr. Lawrence Dority and Mr. Payne in any frame of the video?
No, it doesn't show that.
So essentially, it just shows a headlight illuminating in the area, an argument occurring, and then a gunshot, correct?
Yeah, but it's basically the audio what the police was interested in.
Thank you. No further questions.
You redirect?
No, Your Honor.
The witness step down?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, sir. All right, next witness.
Yes, Your Honor. At this time, the state calls Tara Walker.
You solemnly swear affirm testimony you shall give shall be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Have a seat for me. You go ahead and state your full name for me and spell your first and last name for the full report.
Tara Helena Walker, T-A-R-A, last name is Walker, W-A-L-K-E-R.
I just need you to speak up a little bit.
Okay.
Thanks. You may inquire.
Thank you, Judge. If you could just introduce yourself to the jury.
Hi, I'm Tara Walker. I'm Adrien's girlfriend.
And what city do you currently live?
Orlando.
Now, are you currently employed?
Yes. I work at Baptiste Dentistry.
Now, I want to take you back. Do you know a person named Lawrence Dority?
Yes.
How do you know that person?
He was my best friend's boyfriend.
And who is your best friend, or who was your best friend that you're referring to?
Tatiana Mesa.
Now, over the years, first of all, how long have you known Lawrence Dority?
At that time, 15 years. About.
At that time, I assume, are you talking about the time of the incident back in
Correct, yes.
2022?
Yeah, because now it would probably be around like 18 years.
So going back to 2022, how long had you known Lawrence Dority?
15 years.
And over the years, would you say that you maybe encountered Mr. Dority 100 times more?
Yes, more.
Would you recognize him if you were to see him today?
Yes,
In the courtroom.
yes.
Can you point him out and describe something he's wearing for the record?
He's right there and he's wearing gray.
Let the record reflect the witnesses identified the defendant.
So noted.
Now, going back to May of 2022, did you know a person named Adrien Payne?
Yes,
How did you know Mr. Payne?
I was in a relationship with him.
How long had you been in a relationship with him?
5 years.
And did you have any children in common?
Yes,
How many?
1.
So I want to take you back to the early morning hours, sort of after midnight on May 9th of 2022. Did you ever go to the defendant's neighborhood in the early morning hours of May 9th, 2022?
Yes,
When you arrived in that area, where did you go specifically?
in the middle of the street.
What vehicle were you in?
My car, I was in an Audi Q5.
And was the area you went to, was that Egret Shores Drive area?
Yes,
And is that in Orange County?
yes.
Now, why is it that you decided to go to that area?
Tatiana had texted me and asked me to meet her at her house in 15 minutes.
Okay. And so did you agree to do that?
Yes,
And was your understanding that she had been in an argument?
Objection as to leading.
Your Honor, can we approach? So you said you had received a call from your friend Tatiana Mesa,
a text message, yes.
and your understanding was that she had had some sort of argument with the defendant.
Correct.
And so you agreed to meet her at the residence?
Correct.
So At some point after speaking with Tatiana, did you have any kind of contact with Adrien Payne?
I did, yes.
Can you describe that contact?
He was on his way back to my house. It's Mother's Day night. He had left and he was coming back. And I told him that I was going to go to Tatiana's house to see what was going on, that she had asked me to come to her house and that she had called the police.
Objection, Your Honor, hearsay, your approach.
Oh, no. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there has been an objection to the last comment that was made by the witness as it relates to the police being called. I have sustained that objection. It is not relevant to these proceedings, and you are to disregard any reference to that comment, and you are not to consider it in any way, shape, or form in reaching a verdict in this case. Understood? All right. If I could have you all step out into the hallway or into the jury room just for a brief minute so that I can have another issue dissolved or resolved with the parties, okay?
We wrote it.
All right, go ahead and have a seat. All right, Mr. Smith, you have a few minutes. Ma'am, if you want to step down, you and Mr. Smith are going to have a conversation. That's fine. If she wants to stay there, that's fine too.
That was in the text message. She said that she called the police. Okay. Okay.
All right, then we can go ahead and bring the jurors back in. right, everybody have a seat. You may resume.
Thank you, Your Honor. So after receiving the text from Tatiana Mesa, you had communication with Adrien Payne, is that right?
Correct, yes.
And did you inform him of what you were doing?
Yes.
I guess, did he decide to come to that area as well?
Correct. He said he was coming off the highway and that he would meet me there.
So what happens when you first arrive at the area of the defendant's residence?
Larry, his father, is parked in the middle of the street near the stop sign, and Adrian's car is about 7 houses down, and Lawrence and him are outside of the car having a conversation.
Okay. And so you witnessed them having a conversation. What did you do from there?
I stopped in the middle of the street. Larry was standing outside of his vehicle. I rolled down my window. I lowered my phone down because I was on the phone with Adrien. And he told me to get back, that he was going to get his gun. And I was like, you know, what?
So let me stop you. Who told you to get back he was going to get his gun?
Larry.
Larry said he was going to get
Larry did, yes, correct.
Okay.
And I was like, what are you talking about, Larry? That's Adrien. That's Armani's dad. That's my boyfriend. And then he said, oh, that's a big fella. I'd never seen him before. And I was like, yeah.
And this is Larry, again, this is your understanding of Lawrence, the defendant's dad?
Correct.
So then what happened from there?
So I put the phone back to my ear. I was looking straight. I see that Adrien has his arm on top of the car. And he has one arm over the door. He's in between the crease of the door. Lawrence is standing on the side of him. And I heard him say something like, get on, Lawrence, I'm not worried about you. Lawrence backed up. Adrien closed the door. Lawrence walked to the house, and Adrien walked over to me.
Okay. So at this point, the defendant has gone back inside the house?
Yeah, so we were about 7 houses down from his house, so he walked through the back, like on the grass, maybe around his backyard.
Okay. And then you have a conversation with Adrien?
Correct. He walks over to me. He walks in the middle. Larry is still there. He's getting into his car. They kind of just like nod heads. He gets in his car. He reverses and he pulls to the front of the driveway. Adrien's talking to me. I asked him, are you okay, babe? He said, yeah. Are you okay? And I said, yeah. Go back to your car and just pull up, and I'm going to park right here, which was like guest parking on the side of the house.
And did he go back to his car?
He did, yes.
Now, in that interaction that you had with him, did you observe him to be armed with any firearm?
No.
Did you observe him to be armed with any other weapons, like a knife or anything like
No.
that? And so, does Adrien actually go back to his vehicle?
Correct. He walks back to his car. I park my car where I say I'm going to park it. He pulls up to the spot where we were originally at, where Larry and myself was located.
So he pulled the car up to that spot.
Correct.
Now, that spot, where was that in location to the defendant's residence?
So we were in front of someone's house and across the street, and then it's the townhome. So there's one house and then their house.
Okay.
So stop sign, their house, and then his house.
And so, at some point, did the defendant come back outside of his residence?
Correct.
Are you able to estimate about how long that was? Obviously, I know you didn't have a stopwatch on you.
I know it wasn't less than 30 seconds. I mean, it had to have been like a minute and a half, maybe. It was somewhere.
At some point, did the defendant come back outside of his house?
He did.
When did you first notice that he had come back outside of his house?
So I parked my car. I walked over to Adrien. He opened his car door. He stuck his left leg out. I thought he was getting out the car. He had his hand on the steering wheel. And I said, babe, don't get out the car. I'm going to go see what's going on with Tatiana. Okay. And I turned around. I probably took about 5 steps. And then I seen Lawrence coming from in between the cars. Like there was another car and then a Mercedes, which is his car. And he had his arm under his shirt. And he came to the edge of it. I stopped. I asked him not to draw his weapon. What was he doing? His dad was asking, what was he doing, son?
Sustained.
Without getting into what anybody else was saying, what did you observe?
He came down to the end with a gun under his shirt. he took the gun out of his shirt. I asked him not to raise his weapon. I started to yell his name, Lawrence. And then from there, he asked us he asked, why are you here? He asked a couple times, maybe like 2 to 3 times. And I tried to explain to him, Tatiana asked me to be here.
Okay. And so at some point after he's walked out, he's now taken his firearm out.
Yeah.
And where was he when he had the firearm out? How far was he from Adrien's vehicle?
Not far. He was at the end of their street. I mean, at the end of the grass, the neighbors. So I don't know how to explain it unless I show you.
Walked down. Let me have a photo here. Your Honor, this is in evidence of state composite 5. Are you able to see my laser pointer on the screen? Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to have you take the laser pointer if you could.
Okay.
And you hit this button here.
Okay.
And then just point at the screen where Adrien's vehicle is located.
Right here.
Okay. Now, with the laser pointer, if you could just sort of circle an area where the defendant was when he fired the shot. So he had walked a few places down from his residence. Is that fair to say?
Objection as to leading, Your Honor.
Sustained.
Move to strike.
Well, no answer has been given. You can rephrase.
So if you could just, with that laser pointer, can you circle where the defendant's residence was? Okay. And then if you could just sort of walk down with the laser pointer showing the jury where the defendant walked to at the time he fired the shot. And is he on the grass area?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. Now, you had some interaction, you said, with the defendant as he came back out.
Correct.
And were you able to observe his demeanor?
Yes.
What was his demeanor like? Was he even keeled? Was he upset?
It seemed like he was intoxicated.
Objection as to speculation, Your Honor.
Overruled.
He appeared to be intoxicated to you?
Correct. Yes.
Now, after the defendant shot Mr. Payne, what happened from there?
I turned around to run towards Adrien or, get to him. His dad grabbed me and spun me around and told me that I needed to run.
Or it's not offered for the truth of the matter asserted, it's direct.
We're not going to have the arguments in front of the jury either, so let's come on up.
so after the shooting, you were saying what happened next? You can continue.
I spun around, turned around to get to Adrien. Lawrence's father grabbed me, spun me around, and told me I needed to run, to grab Havian and run.
Did you do that?
I did. I walked over, I tried to run, my legs felt like bricks. I went to him, I opened the car door, he jumped into my arms. He was already crying. I put him down because I couldn't carry him, and I told him to run. So we started to run. Larry ran over to Adrien.
Okay. Now, let me stop you there. So you run after this, and you run a few houses down. Is that fair?
Yes.
Have you had an opportunity to see some surveillance footage that shows you after sort of running down, also that captures the audio of the shooting?
Yes.
Let the record reflect I'm showing opposing counsel with the mark for identification as state G. Permission to approach? Let the record reflect that I'm showing the witness with the mark for identification as state G. Do you recognize this?
Yes.
And how do you recognize it?
My initials.
And is it a fair and accurate depiction of what was captured in it?
Yes.
At this time, the state offers an evidence of the previously marked for identification as state G.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, what's been marked as State's Exhibit G for identification without objection will be received into evidence as State's 10.
And Your Honor, if I could just have a moment to set up the player. Now publishing States 10. So I want to go back through that and ask you a few questions about some of the voices and things that we're hearing on the video. Okay?
Okay.
So that voice that we hear there, is that your voice?
Correct, yes.
And what are you saying there?
Do not pull your gun out.
Now I want to stop there. You said something after "do not pull your gun out." What was it that you said?
Lawrence? I didn't. Me?
I hear some yelling there. Who is yelling?
Larry,
Larry would be
his father.
father. So, are these two individuals, and I'll have to look at the screen behind. Who is this? And then who is this person? We hear a person saying, "Get in the house." Whose voice is that?
Lawrence.
The defendant?
Correct.
Come here. Oh my God, please. Right now. Please help me.
I'm going to pause here. If you could look at the screen behind you. You see my laser pointer? Who is this person?
Lawrence.
That's the defendant.
Correct.
Help me. Please, please. I don't know the address. I don't know. He's shot him. He's going to die.
That is State 10. State was now published. It's already been entered into evidence. It's State 9. So the voice that we hear sort of at the beginning of that, and I'm going to turn it back up, but as much as I can, is that your voice again?
Correct, yes.
And is that sort of a different camera that caught sort of the same audio or similar audio to the other surveillance that we just reviewed?
Yes.
Now, obviously, on the video, let me- On the video that we just watched, we saw you sort of run by to that neighbor's residence.
Yes.
After that video ends, what do?
I run down a little further, and I'm banging on doors.
At any point, did you go back to, how long after that would you estimate that law enforcement arrived?
I don't know. It felt like forever.
At any point, did you go back to the area where Adrien was located, where his vehicle was located?
Yes. I heard Larry.
I don't want you to get into anything that anybody else said. I just want you to tell me what you did.
I ran back.
Okay, so you went back to that vehicle?
I did.
Okay. And then what did you do when you got back to the vehicle?
I went to the driver's side. I put my keys on top of the car, and I looked to see if he was alive.
Okay. Did he appear to you to be alive?
No. So
What did you do from there?
I ran around to the passenger side. I tried to readjust his head because he was leaning over into the middle with his head up, and I needed to fix him so I could try to do compressions because I couldn't get him out the car.
Okay, and then so you go around the passenger, you open the passenger side door,
I do.
and then what happens from there after you try to reposition his head?
I start the compressions. I'm telling Larry
Trying to do, sorry to stop you. You're trying to do the compressions in the vehicle?
in the vehicle. We can't get him out.
Okay. Then what happens?
I tell Larry, you have to help me. He's not breathing no more. And he starts screaming. He leans down and he starts doing them with me. So we're both pushing on his chest.
And then, so you're there with Larry. Are y'all there with the vehicle and with Adrien trying to render aid to him
Yes.
until law enforcement arrive?
Yes.
At any point, did you observe a firearm in the vehicle?
No.
Overruled. Calls for a yes or no answer.
No.
Now, let me show you a photo. This is again in evidence as states deposit 5. You recognize that?
Yes.
What is this a photo of?
My kitchen knife.
And is this from Adrien's vehicle, the passenger side?
Yes.
Why, if you know, was this knife there?
Objection is speculation, Your Honor, and lack of foundation.
Overruled. The question was why, if you know.
You can answer.
I put it there.
And,
I'm sorry, what was the answer?
I put it there.
and why was the knife there?
We had went to dinner before he'd left overseas.
Okay, so you had put the knife there previously,
Correct. Yes.
and it's from dinner,
Yes. Correct.
and had you left the knife in the vehicle?
Objection is leading, Your Honor.
Overruled.
Had you left the knife in the vehicle?
Yes, I did.
About how long before this incident was this?
Maybe 4 months. He went overseas. I was driving his car. He was only home for. Okay.
So about 4 months?
Yes.
And then he had been obviously not around his vehicle.
Objection is counsel testifying, Your Honor.
Sustained.
You had stated that shortly after this, he was away, is that right?
Correct.
And then how long before this incident had he been back?
19 days.
All right. So that knife that we just saw the picture of, at any point during this incident, did you see Adrien with that knife on his person?
No.
Did you ever see him threaten anybody with that knife?
No.
Now, you previously said that you didn't observe a firearm on Adrien or in the vehicle. Is that right?
Correct.
Did you, and I know this is going to seem like I'm not trying to, embarrass you or anything, but did you take a firearm and hide it at some point during this incident?
Leading, Your Honor.
Overruled. It's a yes or no answer.
No.
And you remained, did you remain in the area of the vehicle until law enforcement arrived on scene?
Yes.
And at some point in the early morning of May 9th, did you ultimately speak with law enforcement?
Yes.
And did you remain on scene to do that?
Yes.
Your Honor, I don't have any further questions at this time.
Cross.
Yes, Your Honor, briefly, if I may.
Go ahead.
Good morning. How you doing, Ms. Walker?
Good morning.
Today? I'm just trying to follow up with some things that you're just saying on direct. I'm not trying to trip you up. I know this is a very sensitive situation for you. Isn't it true that when the initial verbal altercation occurred between Mr. Dority and your boyfriend, Adrien Payne, you were not present at the scene physically?
I pulled up. I was driving up.
Isn't it true Mr. Payne was on the scene before you were, correct?
Correct.
Right. And by the time you were pulling up, you had began to hear communication that you believe was the voice of Mr. Dority, correct?
Correct. I believe him
Okay.
and Adrian in the conversation.
Isn't it true you had actually told Adrien Payne not to come to that house, correct?
Correct.
And the type of vehicle you were driving was an Audi Q5, right?
Correct.
After you told Adrien not to come, he told you, no, I'm on my way. I'm already there. I'm on the I-4, getting off the I-4. I'm on my way. I'm almost there, right?
He said he was coming off of the 408
408, I'm sorry.
and that he would meet me there.
Okay. But he didn't, in fact, meet you there. He was already there when you arrived, correct?
Correct.
At some point, when you pulled up, you previously testified that you saw Mr. Dority's father present at the scene as well, right?
Correct.
And when you saw Larry Dority, he told you, watch out, Terry, I'm about to get my gun, correct?
Correct.
This is Mr. Dority's father telling you he's about to get his gun, correct?
Correct.
Not Lawrence, right? And that was based off what he had observed prior to you arriving, correct?
Correct.
You've known Larry Dority for a while, right?
Yes.
Lawrence's dad, right?
Yes.
You're aware he's former military, right?
Yes.
So at some point during this verbal altercation, Mr. Dority walks away into his home, right?
Yes.
But before he did that, he actually asked Adrien Payne, why are you here? Right?
I can't recall, but I've said it.
You were on the scene, right?
Correct.
Are you saying you didn't hear it, or you just don't remember?
He's asked him that he asked that question when he was sitting in the car behind me.
You said we were sitting in
When he was sitting in the car behind me, he asked that question.
Who was sitting in the car behind you?
Adrian.
Behind your car?
No, I was standing in front of his doorway when he got shot. I didn't know if he was talking to me or Adrian.
Isn't it true that instead of Mr. Payne leaving, when Mr. Dority went in the house, Lawrence Dority, he moved his car up closer to the home, correct?
I asked him to.
You asked him to do that.
Yes.
But it's correct. He did, in fact, move his car closer to the home, correct?
Correct.
This is 1:30 in the morning, at least, correct?
Correct.
How tall was Mr. Payne? About five? No, he was 6'10", right? 247 pounds, correct?
I can't say 240.
Big guy. Is it fair to say he's a big guy? Okay. You're aware of how tall Mr. Dority is? Lawrence, he's about 5'8", right? Right. But you also told Mr. Payne to get back in the car, right? You actually verbalized to him to get back in the car.
I asked him to go to his car and pull his car up.
So, after Mr. Dority, Lawrence Dority, fired one shot in the direction of Mr. Payne, it's your testimony that Larry Dority, Lawrence's father, told you to run, right?
Yes, sir.
We previously saw that video that was just showed. It wasn't just you running, right? It was a little 10-year-old boy running as well, right?
Correct.
So it's fair to say it was Mr. Dority's, Lawrence's son was outside during this incident, right?
He was inside of the vehicle.
He was outside the house, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And let's get this straight. Did Mr. Adrien Payne live there
Where?
at the location he was supposed to meet you at?
No.
Did he live there? Okay. Did Tatiana Mesa, Mr. Dority's girlfriend, did she invite him over there?
She invited me.
Did she invite Adrien Payne there?
No, she invited me.
Thank you. You stated that it took some time for law enforcement to arrive at the scene, right? It felt like forever.
Correct.
At some point, you walked over to the passenger side of this Chevy Malibu and entered the vehicle, right?
Correct.
And it's your testimony that you entered it to straighten up Mr. Payne's head.
Correct.
You said you started compressions as well.
With Larry, yes.
At some point, isn't it true that you left the scene at some point, but your brother picked you up, right?
I left around 7 a.m. after they told me I could leave.
Before 7 a.m., you had left the scene too, correct?
No,
You never went to Mr. Larry Dority's house?
I was after 7 a.m.
That was after 7 a.m.?
Yes.
Your car was still at the scene?
Correct.
Your brother came and picked you up, right?
At 7 a.m.?
That's how you left the scene. Your brother came to pick you up?
Yeah, he came at 2 o'clock in the morning.
He came at what time?
2 a.m.?
He came at 2 o'clock in the morning?
Mm-hmm.
And you didn't leave till 7?
Correct.
So your brother was on the scene for 5 hours with you?
Correct.
What kind of car did your brother drive?
At that time,
Yes, ma'am.
BMW?
Wasn't it true someone else came to the scene as well? Was it your father?
Correct.
Around what time did he arrive?
3, maybe?
Okay. This was after you had entered the vehicle to straighten Mr. Payne's head, correct?
Correct.
And although you had a vehicle, an Audi, right? You left with your brother, right?
Correct.
And this kitchen knife that was in the car, it was in that vehicle for 4 months, you said?
Yes, roughly.
Because you used to drive that vehicle, right?
Correct.
So that would explain how Mr. Dority may have been somewhat familiar with the vehicle at some point.
Correct.
I know this sounds like a very ignorant question, and pardon my ignorance, but it was fair to say you love Mr. Payne, right?
Correct.
You wouldn't want him to have a bad name, would you?
No.
It's true, you would do anything to protect his name, right?
What do you mean by anything?
Is that fair? Would you?
No, not necessarily.
No further questions, John.
You redirect?
Yes, Your Honor. So at any point from when you first arrived on scene and you saw Adrien's vehicle up until the moment he was shot, did you ever observe Adrien set foot on the defendant's property?
No.
Now, by the time the defendant came back out with the firearm in this case, was Adrien already back in his car?
Correct.
And at the time, in the moments before Adrien was shot, did he have a weapon?
No.
And did you witness him make any threats to the defendant at that time?
No.
And were you in a position that if he would have made such threats, you would have heard them?
Yes.
I don't have any further questions.
All right, step down.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, man. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're just a little bit past noon, so we're going to take our break for lunch. You're free to go about your business for lunch. Just same rules apply. Please don't do any research, looking up of any names, maps, any investigation on your own. Also, if you happen to see myself or any of the parties or anybody else involved in the case and we don't pay attention to you, that's because they've been instructed not to have any contact with you since you are the members of the jury. And we want to make sure that there's no appearance of any impropriety, okay? I'm going to have you all come back at 1:30. That'll give you a little time to get out of the building, try and find some place to eat, and then get back in to the building. We'll be ready to go sharply at 1:30. So once you all are assembled in the jury room, we'll bring you back in and get started, okay? Enjoy your lunch.
All right.
All right, have a seat. Before we adjourn for lunch, anything from the state?
Nothing from the state.
Defense? Just for planning purposes, roughly how many more witnesses this afternoon?
I plan on calling 2 witnesses this afternoon, the medical examiner and a firearms expert. And then from there, I plan to rest.
Okay.
And then obviously defense case.
All right. And we will be in recess till 1:30. All right, we're going to go back on the record because there were a couple of capiases for arraignments this morning. This doesn't have to do with the trial.
Thank you.
Calling case number 2025 CF00202880.